Hi everyone. I know I have been slacking on my videos and stuff. I actually haven't. I have a lot. I have a lot of videos, but I just didn't post them. A lot of times, for a 7-minute video, it took me almost 12 hours to upload for a 7-minute video. And even the little shorts, if it's like a 30-second to a minute skit, it takes me an hour for it to upload, if not even more. It depends on, I guess, which way the wind blows out here. I don't know. I love watching YouTube and I love doing my videos. But honestly, I haven't been off the farm a lot. And when I get off the farm, then I have, I'm able to upload more. And I just haven't been going places. Gas is, a necessity. Money gets tight. And I just been parking my big old butt at home. Or middle-aged tiny. How's that? I always did blogs. I would get on my computer and I would type out my thoughts for the day. And there for a while, oh my goodness, since I was 7 years old, or since I could start writing, I would start writing journals. And I put it all in notebooks. And I would just continue to save my notebooks. And then when I had my first real boyfriend, and I've been married twice. So my first husband, he did not like my thoughts being out there on paper, and he burnt every single one of them. Every single one of them. I cried like a baby because that was my life's work, Even though I was only, good Lord, I was only like 17, 18. Yeah, about 17 when he done that. And to watch him burn everything that I worked hard and writing out. I did nightly journals. So to see all those stacks just stuck in a fire pit and set on fire, and I didn't even know he had them, it broke my heart. It was because I had them where I would put pictures in there with them. Certain things that meant a lot to me, I would put a picture in there with it and close the book, But then you live and learn. You forgive. You forgive and forgive. It hurts so bad, but you forgive and you go on. You give it to God, right? And I started after our divorce. I had to have a way to express my feelings. I'm a very emotional person. And in order for me to take those things that's bothered me so bad throughout that day, or confrontation with somebody, I had to write that out. Or things that I'd see, I had to have that written out because it was a release for me. It was like taking it from my mind and putting it on paper so I could breathe. A lot of you probably understand what I'm saying. And those of you who don't have that process, you've got something that you do to change your thought, meditation, woodworking, car repair, gardening. There's a lot of people who do it a different way. And mine was journaling and writing it out. And I have got, my journals are all different places. And none of them are completely filled because I'd be somewhere and I'd have to grab a book and just start writing. So I've got a little bit here, a little bit there. But I have them all one area now in different books. And a lot of those books are not complete, but they're there. So then I started blogging on the computer because we finally got a computer, and I was like, this is pretty cool. So I went into a blog site where I was writing it out, and it was more freeing for me because I could type it out really quickly. My hands weren't getting cramped from writing, and when I looked back on it, sometimes I could read it better. I don't write bad, but when I get stressed and I'm in a hurry just to get it out on paper, it is so sloppy, that it just looks miserable. And I wanted a part of me released out there. And I'm an open book. I always have been to my family. Anything they want to know, I tell them. My journals have always been opened for my daughter or my husband to read if they wanted to. It didn't bother me that they read that, because that was, even though it was part of me, some people find that personal that they're putting that out there. I never hid that stuff of myself from a lot of people other than the spiritual side. And then I got to where I started writing the spiritual side down even more. I didn't want them to think I was crazy and put me in a loony bin. I've been there, done that. Found out I wasn't crazy. Lord have mercy. God has pulled me through so much in this life. I tell you, if it wasn't for the love of Jesus Christ, I don't know where I would be. And forgiveness. Holy moly, forgiveness. A lot of forgiveness. And that is very difficult. It is. When you're forgiving somebody for something they've hurt you so bad that you don't even know if you could continue to breathe. It gets difficult. But when you release it and you give it to God and finally truly forgive, you catch that, you get that breath that you've been craving for, and that fulfillment of the Holy Spirit that has just been filling a void in you that man, humans leave behind. A lot of people can really hurt us and hurt us bad. But when you forgive and you give it to God and you write it out, sometimes I've wrote things out and I have set it on fire just to let God know, okay, I see this. I reread it to myself and then I let it go. Literally let it go. Now watch it go and smoke. But now I'm doing from the journaling to blogging online. And I deleted that account. I took everything that I had in my blog and I printed every bit of it out. And I deleted that account completely. Because it started becoming a hassle. It started becoming one of those things where buy this, buy that before you could finish the blog. Or it wanted more personal information and I just wasn't comfortable with that. So I took all my journaling that I had blogged on the computer, printed it out, stuck it in a file, and deleted the account. Well, now I have been video logging journals. I don't know why. It just feels easier. It's like I'm talking to somebody instead of writing it out. Sometimes I still have to, even though I'm talking to the camera, I still have to write that out and place it someplace. Because the emotions that I have at that time are so strong. I don't know if I could speak it, but I can write it. You know what I mean? And I have been diagnosed with CPSD, a complex PTSD. It's just where multiple things have happened throughout my life. It's not just one thing. It's not like just, okay, you was in a car accident and you're trying to survive the memories, the thoughts, the patterns of that car accident that you went through. Where this is multiple things that's happened, either from one person or different things in life. Like being 2 years, I was 2 years old. I remember being in the hospital and mom and daddy could only touch me through a bubble. I was in the hospital for a month for whooping cough. Daddy said I almost died from it. And then we had a major fire, lost everything in our home when I was like, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 5. My brother was just a little baby. And I remember seeing lightning strike. I woke up from a night terror and I was screaming. And then I saw lightning strike, and where I could see our heating stove, which was gas heating stove. And it just went poof. And I started screaming even more, and I remember Daddy coming in and fire being everywhere. I mean, there was flames everywhere. And he come in and grabbed me, jerked me out of the bed, and we ran out the door. And Mom and my little brother ran out the door. She grabbed the baby up, ran out the door, and we lost everything. I think Mommy got a dish out of that. A Cornell dish. That dish survived. But we lost everything. Clothing. Daddy was in his underwear. The neighbor came and gave him clothes, of her husband's. Gave him clothes or pants to put on and a shirt, and everything was just rubble. I remember Mom and my aunt, we were in the house and they were sifting through ashes to see if we could had anything left. And Mommy picked up this old black dish, and when she washed it, was one of our Cornell dishes. And it was a joy to see that dish. I know that sounds silly, but we lost everything but that and each other. But thank God for neighbors and family. We started staying at different families until, we got another place. I got a call. I don't know what I talked about earlier in this video. I don't. But I'm starting to vlog and apparently ramble right now. And I have shorter little skits of vlogging and things throughout the day. Like we're working on something, I'll vlog a little skit of it here and there. I have all kinds of stuff, but I don't know if that's something I should post. I really don't. It doesn't bother me to have my life as an open book. It doesn't. The only thing I don't want as an open book is where I live. Like my physical address and my phone number, things of that nature for security reasons. But how do you feel about me posting little things like that? I am not all about cooking. There are days that sometimes there's a week that I won't even cook. I'm not kidding, because we've got stuff and all I have to do is pop it in the microwave or put it in the oven, and there's no recipes with it. The only time I really video a recipe is when my family loves it and I want to make sure that I can make that recipe again. I always tweak it a little more the next time. No recipe is ever the same except for the protein bars. And here, the chicken noodle soup, gotta have it a certain way for my grandson. Things like that. It usually stays the same. But other things, I don't usually video because it's just the same thing over and over every week. Most people eat like that, though. If you think about it, most people eat basic same thing all the time. And there are so many food channels out there that so many people can just quickly get a recipe from. That's what I do. If I'm looking for, I've got a craving for something and I can't find it, I'll look the recipe up. I'll Google it. And it brings me up all these different recipes. And then I tweak it. Okay, I don't like this, so I add this. I take that away, you know. I really don't watch a lot of cooking videos. I have City Girl Homestead that I watch. Every now and then I'll watch Acre Homestead. If I'm looking for something that is different from the norm. But I like nomads and personal vlogs that some people do. Spiritual vlogs about Jesus and different things. I like the Bible study on YouTube. And also, I like to watch sometime outdoor things, you know, like camping and different things. I like to watch, not all of them, just every now and then, something here and there. Foresty Forest, things like that. I think everybody knows Foresty Forest, and what is that other one? What is that? Camper truck or truck camper? I can't think of his name. He lives in Alaska, and he's got this homemade camper. He built a log cabin type camper he built on the back of his truck that he hauls all over the place. Truck van life or truck camper life? I don't know. My mind went blank. Every time I do a video outside of cooking or something, my views drop. And also the subscribers will drop because they don't agree with a lot of things that I do. But there are a lot of you out there that do. And my husband keeps telling me, Rhoda, do what you feel your heart wants you to do. Video what you feel your heart wants you to film. And so does my daughter, you know, and people. And I love talking about Jesus and how he's helped me and how he helps others, how he keeps us strong, how he fills that void. As soon as Jesus comes into the picture and I start talking about him, my whole thought process just goes because what more to life is there than know that you are a child of God and that he loves you and you love him just as much, more than anything. And I see things and I thank God for everything. Thank you for the trees. Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the birds. I'm always going on and on. I've had family delete me from social media and different things because they said I talked about God too much. Who in the world would thought that? It's either I'm talking about God or I'm talking about spirits. Without one, there is no other. And I'm just thankful God gave me the gift to see that stuff. You know, there are angels, there are demons. It says so in the Bible, if you believe the Bible. You know, I just got the privilege to see them, you know. That's the thing that was a curse at one time I found was a gift. Because then I know how to help the person that is asking for help. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. Let me know what you think. This has been a long chit-chat. Rambling Rhoda at your service here. RR of chat. But those of you who know me on here, let me know what you think. And if I ramble too long, let me know that too, because I would appreciate the honesty. I would. So until next time, God bless you all. And I will see you again. I will. And I always say you don't know what it'll be, but I'll see you again. I know I have a video coming up of where we're building this crazy shed that we're building to turn into a chicken coop. Woo! That was a process.